Well, I'm here again, and I'm here just to talk about the Sandra Bland case for a second. I'm really pissed off about it. Um, I feel some kind of way. I have this feeling in my stomach that something has to be done, and it has to be done now. It really pisses me off that the enemy, Satan, uses people to cause such confusion in our land, and we who God has given possession of the land to, we the citizens of the kingdom, and some who call themselves Christians, and we sit back and we let things happen, and we don't get off our butts and come from behind our church walls, and so that we can shine a light in the midst of all of this darkness and this evil that is taking control of our land. Many sit back and say, well, the Bible said these things would happen. But the Bible also tells us to stand for righteousness. Righteousness is not just about being saved and preaching and shouting and going to church on Sunday, but righteousness is standing for up for what's right. Righteousness is speaking out for what's right. Righteousness is taking a stand against the injustice that goes on in this land, the land that God has given us to rule and have authority of. And this case with Sandra Bland, and when I look back on her pages and her websites and I see how she spoke out against adversity, against that was taking place against our people, not in the 60s or the 30s or the 40s or the 1800s or the 1700s, but now in 2015, in this day and age. The adversity that has been taken against us, the plots and the plans that to destroy us, to continually to destroy us because of our black skin. A skin that God had put us in, and He made no mistake when He created us, and He placed us in this skin, and He looked at us and He said it is good. But yet the enemy would like to twist our minds and make us think that black is bad, that black is wrong. And what message does this send to our children, to our young people? When I look at the little videos of the little kids crying because they're black and because people reject them and turn their backs on them because of their skin color. When I look at the video of the little girl who was trying to color her skin because she didn't understand why God made her skin brown. She associated her skin color with bad, with wrong because of society. Because there are a few fools out there who decided they want to play God, and that they want a society or a world of their own choosing, something which they had no part in creating. They are only here because God placed them here, just like He did the rocks, the trees, the animals. He didn't put you here to rule over people. And so we, as a nation of people, as a black race, if we don't stand up and be united and stand together, our next generation, there will be no next generation. They'll be walking again with their eyes looking down, not looking in the white man's face, fearful of what may happen to them, walking on the other side of the street, separate. What they say, separate but equal. No. Separate but equal? No. In the United States? No. So, it's time to stand up and cry loud. Cry loud. We're afraid of losing our life. Look at Sandra Bland, the very thing that she cried out against. That's the very thing that happened to her and took her life. And I believe, personally, I believe that her death occurred once they found out who she was, and once they found out that she was an advocate of the mistreatment of black people by the hands of the police and other racist people. And I believe that the enemy felt like he would silence her, and that would put an end to that. But there's no end to it, because her blood cries out from the land, just like any other activist that Jesus, any activist that has gone before us. Death isn't the end. It only raises new voices to cry out, because now they look upon the act of the evil one and they see the injustice of it. So I say to you, what stand will you take? Will you be silent? Will you continue to be silent? Like we did when they took prayer out of school? Like we did when Nelson Mandela was imprisoned, when he was fighting against the apartheid all by himself, seemed like. Where is the church? Come out from wherever you are. Be blessed.